Alrighty, so don't mind the peak that I'm watching in the back. Alright, episode 40. It's so good. But the start of the year, start of pretty much this new era of the channel that I haven't touched in years. I'd like to show off the game collection, alright, because I've been working on it since I got my Switch in 2019, got the OLED in 22, and I got the Switch 2 in 25 last year for Christmas. And I think I should show off the games collection. I might show off the Wii and Wii U as well. 3DS, maybe DS, but mostly I just have singles for that one. So I don't know. We'll see how I feel by the end of it. But probably go show this off on the desk and do a little face review, and I'll start showing it all off for y'all, telling you how I feel about it, give my little opinion on it, and yeah, we'll get to it. Alright, so I got them all laid out back there, and I did all of that because I want to go them alphabetically, just how I got them organized, so I had to flip them. So I gotta dust off the shelf anyways. First off, Astral Chain. Honestly, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. Awesome game. Alright, I got this, I want to say September 25. Incredible game. Alright, the story is pretty good. Alright, the rut you're put in at first, you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be somewhat of a generic story. Alright, but no. The twist that it takes, the turns, the character development, alright, how it develops the villains, the gameplay, incredible. All the different abilities that you get without spoiling it too much makes this an incredible game. I give Astral Chain a 9 out of 10. And I know I said I was going to do the Switch 2 games first, but I forgot, so too bad. Then we got Balan Wonderworld. This is a 10 out of 10 game. Just kidding. This game, whew. I want to say in 21? I don't even remember the month. I saw Donkey's review on this. I was like, you know what? Let's get it. It's like 20 bucks at Target. And I'm happy I got it then, because then I saw it going for 60 and I was like, no way nobody's paying 60 for this. It looks fun. Alright, it looks like a cute little like 3DS game, Wii game, Looking at the ads for this, if I was a kid, I'd be like, shoot, that was like a fun game, but it's like 15, 16. When I got it, played it with my sister, the gameplay is hilariously bad. Alright. It's so goofy. It's so bad that it's good, but not good, I give this like a 5 out of 10, bro. Like the funniness, the goofiness of how bad it is good. It gives a good time, especially if you have those types of siblings or friends. But besides that, if you're like playing this solo, actually trying to get through the game, I feel like you're gonna have a tough time. Not just enjoying it, but also just getting through it with the mechanics that it has. Then we got a Lord Twin Pack. Alright, Bayonetta 1 and 2. Got these off eBay. Very happy that I got the world version and not the US version. So the case is a bit different, and I have slight OCD, okay? And it bothers me. But, anywho, actually, so is Astral Chain, which, where did I get? I got this off of Amazon. So, I don't know what happened there, but as you can tell, I wasn't bothered. So I was like, you know what? Who cares? I already got these two. But when I got them, there's the first ones that I got like this. And it bothered me. And I was like, yo. He didn't tell me. He's like, it clearly said in the description. No, it did not. Okay. Despite that. First of all, the Nintendo references in these two. I guess like the costumes. Kind of silly. Somewhat fun gameplay from my viewpoint. Like, at least when I'm thinking about the story, as a Christian, it feels awkward. Like, I know it's fantasy, and I know that these aren't actual representations of, angels and demons. or God. But you know, angels and demons stand in her way. What neutral party is this? Okay. But besides that, the gameplay, it was pretty fun. Okay, I know what I just said, but I was thinking about the story. The actual gameplay is pretty good. All right. The twin pistols are always pretty fun trope. Let's see. It's honestly kind of it's a difficult yet easy game at times. I feel like the difficulty is very inconsistent. I feel like it gets really difficult at points, and it's just easy, and it's really hard again, and it's easy. You got peaks and valleys of difficulty. I don't know. That's just me, you know. But you know, then the story in this one went a little too crazy. I feel like this one was a bit more contained. This one just blows everything out the water, like every sequel. All right, like Dragon Ball, then a Z, and then a Super. All right, now Goku's fighting multiversal threats. All right, keep in mind, Frieza was like universe level. She's like Emperor of the Universe. But then Cell was like solar system level. So I don't know. Yeah, as you can tell, Bayonetta kind of rubbed me the wrong way. All right, because I have conflicting feelings on it. You got this. I don't know the exact month. I don't know if it was July, August, but I got it in 23, summer of 23. Low-key want to get Bayonetta 3 just to finish the trilogy. See what it's actually like. See how I like this series. Overall, I'd give them both 7s out of 10. All right, I'll be generous because, you know, I wouldn't have finished them if I really didn't like. Because I didn't finish Battle Wonderworld. All right, kind of completed Astral Chain. I didn't do some of the challenges. It was just no story or anything else. Just hey, keep doing this. I'm okay. Ooh, okay. Borderlands collection. It's okay. I don't know how I soft locked myself in Borderlands. I think it was 1. All right. I don't know what I did. All right. I remember I was eating a burger. It was like September, October 2020. All right. Another game I got from Target was like a lot of games that I got either from Amazon or Target. Recently eBay, but mostly just those two. So this was on sale. So of course I was like, you know what? Looks cool. All right. And the gameplay is fairly interesting. All right. The post-apocalyptic setting. It's good. But the fact that I just got soft light like that, and then I had to restart, then I was trying to make my way, but I kept like making different choices, so I ended up like in a whole like different scenario. I got confused. Okay. I was 15. I was 14. And if you couldn't tell, 19. Am I unk status, dog? Am I low key? I don't think I am, just because I know what unk status is. I feel like once you don't know the term, I feel like that's when you want. Anywho, my sister says otherwise. But I'd give this a 6 out of 10. All right, maybe I'll retry it in the future. But I don't know, man. Imagine I get soft locked again. That bothered me. I have Burnout Paradise. Okay, when it comes to any racing game on the Switch, or Switch 2, or to any Nintendo console, there's no fair shot, okay? Because Mario Kart is always going to outdo it because it was literally optimized for the system. But regardless, Burnout Paradise is a pretty fun racing game. I give it 6 out of 10, okay? Didn't spend too much time on it. And if you couldn't tell, I am a physical guy. All right, I only get physical games. No physical media like music or DVDs though. And I feel like, at least with the Switch, I can take it anywhere, And actually, I don't have a Switch 2 case just yet, but for my Switch 1 case, it came with these little game cases. So I could take like 8 games with me at a time. So I can just take my physical games with me. But same thing with the DS. Obviously, can't take the Wii U out or the Wii, but you know, I just prefer having actual physical games that are mine. But when it comes to movies or shows, I don't always watch them at home. And it's not always on the same device either. Like I don't strictly use like my TV. I use my phone, iPad, you know. I just that's the way I see things. Some people they're either left or right. Okay. Very political here. You're either a digital only or a physical only. Me, some things physical, some things digital. Alright. Maybe I'd like digitally buy like a movie that I like a series that I like. Of course, grew up in the 2000s. I have that book with the zipper, and then you have all the pages of your discs. I have it somewhere in the house, but you know, times change, and I watch digital now. Anywho, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Got this for Christmas, 2020. Played it in. I don't know if I played it, but I completed it in January. Very fun game. Alright, I did not have the Wii U or 3DS version, so I cannot say about the extra like 3D World levels, but the Odyssey levels, it was a nice little remix. Okay. Interesting how they changed the story though. So now instead of being in 3D World, they use an Odyssey. Or maybe using both, you know. Don't know how long his travels are. But it is a pretty fun game to, you know, complete. Not really hard by any means. Alright, maybe you redo a challenge or two to get all the gems. Or I think the stamps. But overall, it's a fun game. This, 10 out of 10. Alright. It's a fun, sweet game. Is it multiplayer? I think it is. Let's see. Let's get more games. Game Spray. Yeah. These games are actually pretty good. Okay, Car Street Driven to Win. Big cars guy. Alright, I grew up with Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. Alright. This is actually like a pretty fun game. I like a lot of the techniques and tricks that you can do. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's fun to play, for sure. But it is a racing game on Switch, so I gotta keep that in mind, okay? Not everything is optimized, but despite that, this game is very solid. Great cast of characters as well. Car Street was just not my favorite movie, especially because they hyped it up. Like with the trailer, McQueen was falling apart. I was like, dang, man. What's gonna happen, you know? Is he gonna get rebuilt? It's like a William Afton, I'll put you back together. Now he's like a Doc Hudson with Cruz Ramirez. Like, come on, man. You couldn't beat Jackson Storm. They get an upgrade, dude. They're like, train more. What? Come on. I don't want to say Lightning McQueen be like a teacher now without like going out with a bang. You feel me? That's my opinion, at least. Then we have, okay, alphabetically, this goes first. Crash 4. It's about time. This gets a 9 out of 10 just because completing this. Hell no, bro. So much to do. This one level where you're riding on a hog. And you're going through like a bunch of stuff. Then you go underground. Then you're like jumping on a bunch of platforms. Played for like 2 hours, dog. I could not 100%. There's just always like one crate that I always miss, or that I would just die. You know, I love myself enough to not do that to me. But either way, you know, I played like the classic games, like the ones that are in the little CRT. Like I at least played all the levels, right? And it's a fun game, right? Especially if you're just playing it and not completion. This is where I was like making the change. Now like, I completed Bonanza. Might complete Sparking Zero in the sense that I'll play all the story pass. At least because especially now because games are like $70. You know, I might as well play through all of it. You know, get my money's worth. But Crash 4, it's about time. It's a good game. It's fun. All right, lots of characters to play as. The time aspect is fun too. All right. Then we have Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. This gets a 9 out of 10 too. All right. I only did not do the time trials just because I recently beat it when I did this, and I was like, all right, I ain't doing all that, okay? But despite that, it's a fun game. It comes with 3 games, all right? A lot of people are like, oh, you know, but it's the same games. Dog, they're like almost remade. I don't know why people are complaining. On a re-release, almost a remake of solid, fun, and creative title that eventually leads to an original title that is on par, if not better, than these classic titles that not only shaped a generation of players, but also of inspiration to other games, you know? 9 out of 10, the whole collection, all the games. Then we have Darksiders War Master Edition. I did spend extra to get the black version just because it looks tough on the shelf. Now, same thing with Bayonetta, alright? My beliefs conflict with this game, the story, especially because I started fighting in a church. It's like, alright, bro, I know what's gonna happen. Something not good is gonna happen here. I'm not okay with that. Alright, there's certain limits that I have with my beliefs that I'm not gonna take it that far. Alright, I'm not gonna test God. I'm not gonna do this, just to see what it's like. You know, no. I get that I'm young, but I'm not gonna be stupid. Okay, because I'm gonna pay for it eventually. I'm not gonna do that. Edgy cover art though, no rating, just because Also, you notice all the fonts. Why is Cars 3 Driven to It's so massive? And it's like, if I'm describing like the standard Switch font in Arial, this is like Comic Sans almost. Not even, but it's like a different version. This is like Apatos or something. I don't know. Alright. Ooh. We have Dogman. Solid movie with my girl. Such an emotional movie, alright? There's a dog over there. It made me feel a certain way. Alright, it made me feel like you can do anything. But despite that, I got the game. Alright. Despite how awesome the movie is, try and separate this. It's a fun game, alright? Yes, it is intended towards children. I don't care. It's a fun game. It's a nice, cute little platformer. Alright, you can play as all 3 characters that you see here on the cover. And, I liked it, I think it was a good game. I'd honestly give this like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And this is a great game, especially for, young kids, if they want to get into platforming. This is a great place to start out, especially with all the MacGuffins that they have, all the collectibles, even the secret levels that they have. Like, this is a good, foundational block to get into platforming, if you're a casual gamer. This is a great game. It's a fun game, it's nothing crazy. If Mario games are here, in terms of difficulty, this would be here. It's a fun game. It's got cute little gimmicks. I like it. I was 19. I got this, I played it in May. Good game. Good game. Alright. Oh, you already saw it. Doki Doki Literature Club. It even came with all the little stuff. Even the digital soundtrack. I got it downloaded on my phone. It's probably even in my iCloud. Alright. The different storylines. Alright. It's just a story of this game that really hooks you. It's a visual novel for all intents and purposes, but it's pretty fun. Alright. You see the story play out, and you just don't expect it, especially for someone like me who never played it before. I was like, what's she doing? You mean this is all a simulation? What? Anywho, I would give this. I'd give it like a, for the genre, a 10 out of 10. All right. I feel like this sort of began the wave of visual novels, at least here in America. All right. Despite that, it's a good game. It's fun. It's interesting to see. You know, me personally, I'm more of a platforming kind of guy than a fighting game, but playing a visual novel occasionally, it's good fun, or an RPG. And you know, this certainly, it's like playing a story, playing an anime almost, and the branching paths is a good, you know, it keeps it interesting. That's what I'm saying. All right. Speaking of sayings, you have Donkey Kong Country Returns, high definition, HD. This is a fun game. I got this like in July 25. This I got like in September, October of, oh no, like October, November of 21. Can you do something for me? But this is a fun game. All right, brings back that Wii era that I know and love. All right, but it's also just a fun platformer. Great collectibles. All right, I got the card letters, I got the puzzle pieces. I played through the special world. All right, you already know it's a fun game. 10 out of 10. Awesome platforming. You know, I like difficult platformers. You know, Mario's a fun. You know, very creative, very adventurous, wondrous, dare I say. But Donkey Kong is awesome because it just has so much challenge, and the way that it's paced isn't like an unfun level of difficult. You know, like it's fun and give yourself a nice challenge. I really hope my audio's okay because my phone's like facing down. I'm gonna upload it either way. Then we got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze with the funky mode. Okay, I had this before, that one. I want to say like summer of 24, like August. It's a fun game. All right. Surprised that they did not do like the Frozen theme throughout the whole thing. It would have been interesting, but it would have got real boring. So good job, Nintendo. I know like did this with another studio, I believe. But still a fun game. I didn't get this on the Wii U, and I didn't get that one on the Wii either. Oh, but these two are 10 out of 10s. All right. Again, it's creative, you know. A lot of people bash New Super Mario Bros. But they don't bash these two. And I feel like it's because they just switch it up enough to the point where they add new gameplay. They change up the world. They change up the environment and some of the gimmicks to make it so it's a new and a fresh experience without changing its identity. And I feel like this is where Donkey Kong really exceeds, because it's always Donkey Kong, but you know, it changes up just enough for it to be fun and a new experience every time. Like they can make another 2D Donkey Kong and I'll play it as well, and it'll be like a whole new experience. I guess I'll show the Switch 2 games because they fall here alphabetically. All right. Ooh, banana. This is peak 10, 11 out of 10. I just completed this. I want to say on Wednesday. It's such a fun game. All right. The fact that it takes place before Odyssey, yes. I don't care about spoilers, okay? I don't care. You know what you're getting yourself into, buddy. The platforming, just the skills that you unlock, the way that the game is paced. It's such a big game, but I played 100% throughout the whole way. You know, I didn't just go through a story and collect everything. The fact that I did not get burnt out while 100%ing the whole thing just speaks to how good the pacing is, the gameplay is, the controls. Donkey Kong controls very fluidly in this game, and the addition of Pauline is very good too. Because, you know, she adds not just a good emotion to the story, but it's just a nice and sweet dynamic that they have, her and Donkey Kong. And even the new characters, the return of K. Rool, it was surprising, you know. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. I'll put this one. Sparking Zero. Playing it right now. It's a fun game. Can't give it a rating yet. But in terms of gameplay, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Actually, no, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Alright, I was being a little biased because there's no manga content, but then I remembered that they can't do it anyways. So I gave it a 10 out of 10. Alright. It's a fun game. Especially play with friends. I destroyed my friend. That's perfect cell. Alright, he thought he was gonna save the future like Trunks, but ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. He doesn't know I'm Cell. And with more Dragon Ball games, I think I'm only missing one game for the regular Switch. I mean, technically two, because Sparking Zero is on Switch, but am I really gonna buy the same game for technically the same console when it runs better here? I don't think so. But Xenoverse 2, it's a very fun game. Okay. Xenoverse 2, it brings out like this new idea. Time travel. I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Alright, but it introduces a lot of unique characters. A lot of, not necessarily what ifs, but low genuinely, some fan service, alright? Not as much as Sparking Zero. Especially with the what ifs that you have there. Like, I just beat Vegeta in a Saiyan Saga as a Super Saiyan. Then I went to Namek, and we both fought as Super Saiyans. But, you know, it's like, where the heck is Frieza? And he's like, oh, I already beat that fool Frieza. It's like, what? Anyways, this is a fun game. Alright, the online battles are good. The story mode is good. Alright, the new concepts, the new characters. At least I come from an anime perspective and manga perspective. There's like a whole trading card game that is different. Like, they all have their different little, I don't know how to explain it, it's like their own story paths. And this one is like on its own. Like, the Xenoverse is its own thing. And I like it, you know. I like how creative it gets. I give it a 9 out of 10 just because it says for Nintendo Switch here. No, I'm just kidding. It's good. Alright, it's a fun game. You know. I got this like in December of 2023. I like it, you know. It's where this comes from. Already gives it a couple points up. But, you know, I liked it. You know, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I gotta play as my own character. Alright. It's kind of fun, you know, including yourself in the story. I have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. This is a 10 out of 10. Alright, playing through the whole story of Z. Even like some of Super, just cause, you know, it does have Battle of Gods, it has Resurrection F. But, you know, is that Z? Is that Super? I'm not saying that the movies are Z, but the show part is Super. Obviously the manga. I don't want to get the Daima version of this just because they did make a physical version. But also just because Daima was such a good anime. Like, a lot of people don't like it. Oh, Embrace the Time. Oh, why is Super Saiyan 4 here again? I liked it. Alright. Not only did it make Super Saiyan 4 canon in its own way, but not only did it explore a new part that we never seen before, but it also just brought back the exploration part of Dragon Ball. Was it necessary to turn the kids? I don't know. But, you know, it wasn't just like the Goku show, like it was in GT. Alright, you had Vegeta, you had Piccolo. And I feel like they actually did stuff. Especially when he went Super Saiyan 3 against Tamagami 2. See. That's what my girl got me. Alright, Gang Beast. This is peak gameplay. This is an 11 out of 10. Alright. The laughs that you get out of this game, just by pretty much wrestling with each other, trying to throw each other off. It's awesome, right? There's a great selection of levels. All right, I like it. You can play as teams. Personally, it's just me v her, or some of my sister joins. It's a free for all. Okay. Whoever wins, it's due by chocolate. All right. 10 out of 10. All right. It's a fun game. You know, obviously play with others. You know, and I just think it's enjoyable to, you know, this little cartoon game where you're wrestling each other, especially the little noises that they make. I think it's pretty funny. Okay. You have Garfield card. Okay. I genuinely, this is a fun game. Kart Racer on the Switch. This gets a 9 out of 10. It even got a sequel. It's that good. All right. This is 9 out of 10 and some lasagna. It's a fun game. All right. Get all the Garfield characters and at least a good amount of them, you know. And the maps are pretty fun too, and the little gimmicks that they have. I like it. Then we have GTA the Trilogy. Surprised that this is on Switch. All right. A lot of people were amazed. I was amazed because in my mind, I just never imagined GTA being on Switch. It's a fun port. All right. I like it, you know, especially playing through 3 and Vice City. I gotta say Vice City is my favorite. I don't think I touched San Andreas. It's kind of crazy. Apparently it's the best one. Might do that after I finish all the paths in Sparking Zero. But I like it. I just mostly like the Vice City vibe. Because of the Miami vibe, the 90s vibe. All right, it's fun. No, and it's cool, you know. I'd give it a an 8 out of 10. Only because in GTA 3 I kept blowing myself up in that one mission where you have the bomb in the car. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. This is a fun game. Alright. Got this like in, I don't know if it was late 22, early 23. It's fun. Not a fan of it's not canon. Right, this time travel. Crazy. The little robot is an interesting inclusion. Alright. But, you know, it's fun. You know, you get to see the original champions, you know. Well, at least until Tears of the Kingdom. But, you know, it's fun to play as the different characters. Alright. And I feel like it's just a nice thing where you just turn your brain off and just destroy everything. Alright. I think that's, and I kind of felt that way about Bonanza, because destroying the terrain, never did I imagine it would be such a fun thing to do. Okay. Impossible mission. I think I got this like, okay, after COVID, we unfortunately went back to school in person. I remember I got this in like I got it off Amazon. It was like $5. And I put it in my Switch and I was just showing my sis. I was like, yo, check this game out. Can you believe it cost me 5 buckaroos? So we played it. Well, I played it and she was watching because this is only one player. This is a horrible game, right? This is the clankiest thing I've ever played. I gotta give it just because of the price point. And it's like so entertaining. At least because it was funny. I'll give it like a 4 or a 3 out of 10. All right, like, no, I'm not trying to diss it, but like, I mean, come on, man. I can tell what game has love put into it and what game does not, especially like price point, because I can tell when they're just trying to just get money out of the customer, and I can tell where they're actually making a good product that they love. Wow, this is the Kirby on Switch, like, trilogy right here almost. And this is in the order, like the alphabetical order is the order that I got them to, which is awesome. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. All right, first 3D Kirby since the 64. Didn't play the 64 version. Didn't even have the 64. All right, I'm not that old. This is a fun game. All right, 100%ed it. All the abilities that he gets, all the boss fights too. They're awesome. And being able to eat a vending machine, a car, it's hilarious. This gets an 11 out of 10. This is an awesome game. All right. I love Kirby and the Forgotten Land, especially for my first Kirby game. What an introduction! Then Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. This was summer of 22. This was March, like February, March 23. This is a fun game, especially the epilogue. I guess Megalore's epilogue. All right, it's a fun game. Okay, I gotta be honest. The levels are great. The boss fights, you know, the abilities and the boss fights in Kirby always just make it a beautiful experience. Because, you know, it's just fun, you know, especially that this version, I didn't play the Wii version, but that this had Maglore's epilogue and it redeemed him as a character and made him into the good guy that he is, that we see him be later on. I like it. I like when they have, you know, these kind of show don't tell moments in the story. The gameplay's fun. Right, Kirby's art style is always awesome. Waiting on that Kirby epic yarn. And the Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, I think it was. The one that was on Wii U. It would work on Switch too because of the mouse controls. Bring it up, Nintendo. Give me 10% royalty though, because I gave you the idea. Your boys gotta make some money. Kirby Star Allies. This is the most recent game I got. March of 25. All right. It's a fun game. Very short though. Maybe I just played it too fast, but I feel like it was very short. I really like the gameplay, especially the challenges that you can do after. You know, play as a bunch of characters, and you don't have to be Kirby. And the fact that, you know, even if you don't have 4 people, especially because I played most of my games, these longer games, traveling. The fact that the CPUs can help you, it's great. And you can even choose who helps you, which is good. A lot of games usually, you know, just assign you a CPU. Right? The fact that you can choose, all right, you can choose your CPUs, you can choose your powers. The fact that you can mix the powers to get past certain challenges or to get certain collectibles, it's great. I give these two 10 out of 10s. Then, I guess this one, like the long stack that you saw, this is it. Alright. Actually, there is like technically one more Kirby game. Kirby's Dream Buffet. It's actually like a fairly fun game. Alright, just racing, eating as much as you can. Definitely woke up my inner mukbang. Lego Jurassic World. It's okay. Alright, I got this on Wii U. It's fun. On Switch, it's not fun because I got soft lock. And I couldn't exit the game. I couldn't like go back to like restart the level. No, I had to reset the whole game. I had to restart from 0. Because if I went back, I was still trapped under, it's like, I don't even know what it was. It was like some big wall that like had me trapped underneath. No fun, no win. 3 out of 10. Because I don't like being soft locked and losing all my progress. Alright, then especially when you're trying 100%. I was not trying to here, at least not at that point. But if I already got like playing and it already soft locked me, I don't know how I feel about continuing that. Anywhere else, this is a fun game. I don't know, my sister like really loves this game. I don't know, probably because you can just make and create. Alright, and now maybe she followed in my footsteps, but she is obsessed with Legos. Alright. Maybe it wasn't the best example. I also took this off of the plastic and put it on because it's cool. But yeah, you get little Benny, I think, from the Lego movie. And I don't know who this guy is, but he looks funny. They got a lot of characters from different Lego franchises. It's just sort of an open world type of Lego game. You know, you can build, destroy. I think you can you fight? I'm not sure. But you can play with 2 people and you can just explore the world, you know? I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I would have liked to see some like story mode or something online maybe to keep you coming back. I don't know. We just mentioned 2HD. Got this, I believe, January, February of 25. a great game. I had it on 3DS too. Kid me did not finish it. Adult me beat it. Did I complete it? I did. It was great. It's fun. People always hate on it, you know. They're like, oh, you know, that's just like a bunch of little mansions. I like the level version, all right? It feels like I'm playing, you know, a different type of story. Okay, you can't keep it the same every time. Okay. HD edition that they did for the Switch, I feel like it's pretty good. All right, definitely remaster a bit of the controls, the visuals. All right, some of the UI. I like it. All right. I feel like a lot of people always complain when Nintendo re-releases something, when that's all we want them to do is just re-release stuff from our childhood. I like this. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a fun game. It's fun to collect everything. It's not too long, which is always a great thing. You don't want to overstay your welcome, but you don't want to, you know, leave too early. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD does that very well. Luigi's Mansion 3 also completed. Very fun game. All right. Luigi up here. It's a fun and sticky little guy. Okay. It's fun to take on Luigi. You know, get past certain obstacles in the level that you can't do as normal Luigi. Immaculate teeth on the boy. Okay. I don't know if he uses like Colgate or Arm & Hammer. I need some of that. It's a fun game. I even got the lore DLC. It's fun. You know, it's a fun game. I give it this. I got this in, I want to say July 2021. It's a fun game. Explore the whole hotel. Also, different ghosts that you meet are really fun. Especially the director ghost. All right, kind of felt bad, you know, taking him away, but gotta do what you gotta do. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Well, I guess that was you know, 2 games. This is pairs. Incredible. Kingdom Battle is an incredibly fun RPG, kind of. But the tactical version of this is incredibly fun. Solving the puzzles, all right? Whether it be just exploring or in real-time battle, it's incredibly fun, all right? Never did I imagine I would like, you know, the type of turn-based gameplay. But it's actually really fun planning out my moves, seeing what weapons I'm going to use, who I'm going to put on my team. 10 out of 10. December of 2020. I think it's a 9 out of 10 from the get-go. Just because I feel like some of the things that it added outside of the main story, it was okay, right? Didn't really need it. Did like the new character, especially this original one. Doesn't really take anyone from Mario that I know of. All right, the Lumas and what they add, awesome. All right, all the abilities that they grant, I like it, dude. It's fun. I think this was January or February of 24. Yes, it's a fun game. But Kingdom Battle started it, and in my opinion, I like it. Alrighty, then we got some Marios. I do want to get Strikers and Super Rush, but in the meantime, not one of those, but Brotherhood, I have not finished it. All right, I got this in like November. All right, you know, I was busy, you know. The finals, I was working, you know, barely play. Then I got Bonanza. Now I got Sparking Zero. Probably play it once I finish Sparking Zero. We're gonna play this other game I'll show that I haven't even opened, so I just got it. All right, why did I get another game? Because I had to use the gift card, bro. I gotta use it. I needed that free shipping on Amazon. So I was like, you know what? Let's add that. It's affordable. It's good. It's a fun game. Being honest, took a while to grow on me. You know, the art style, the pacing, I feel like is a little slow. All right, not One Piece, but I feel like Naruto. You know, no. Maybe like Dragon Ball Z, like not Kai, just normal Z maybe. I watched Kai personally. from what I hear, it's a fun game. It grew on me, especially as I unlocked more abilities. I feel like that certainly made me like the game more. Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020, which did not happen. And it's in 2021. I want to say like May, June. Right, it's pretty fun. Story mode is fun, right? I like the little mini games that they have, you know, all these little challenges. You know, these Olympic Games, if I dare say. Kind of unfortunate. This is the last title that we're gonna get, because now they want to do what, like, I forgot what they said they were gonna do. They're gonna do, like, you know, some like NFTs, I think. It's stupid, bro. Just make good games. All right, I really want to get the Wii game. Cannot rate Brotherhood so far. Let's get some 8 out of 10. All right, it's short, doesn't have too much, but what it does have, it's really good. And seeing Eggman and Bowser team up was pretty fun. All right, their little dynamic was fun. Arcade Deluxe, 11 out of 10. All right, I got 99,999 points. That alone should tell you I love this game. All right, I played this for months on end, from like January to August 2021. I played this nonstop, trying to get to max out my points. Obviously, I played games in between, but I played this. It's great. It's fun. All right, adds a lot onto market. I had it digitally, I know, but it came with my Wii U. All right, it was great. This builds on that, makes it even better. The battle mode is incredible. All right, 200cc. It's fun, but it's like a little uncontrollable. Yeah, I say Donkey Kong, King Boo are like the main guys that you should play if you want to get far. Tennis Aces, it's a fun tennis game, you know. Like the little quirks that they added, you know, keeping it Mario. Like the story mode was fun. All right, and you know, it was short, but you know, it is sweet. You know, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. It's a solid Mario tennis game that has, you know, its uniqueness. It doesn't just make it a generic game. And they get a nice little con. Like, look at Mario and his like Ralph Lauren. All right. I get Mario versus Donkey Kong. Got this, I want to say January, February. Probably like February of 25. This is a fun game. I had one of these, or like a couple. I don't know if I had like the Game Boy version that I would play on my DS Lite. But I know I had like one that was like actual DS cartridge, and it was really fun. And the fact that this adds Toad, you can play, you know, second player is Toad. It has different difficulties, you know. Just going through all, what was it, like 16 worlds, I think. It was fun, you know. It was nice bite-sized little challenges that you could do. And, you know, it's just a nice, sweet platformer, you know. You just make your way around, you know, get the toys back from DK. All right, and give him one, you know. It's got a cute ending. You know, I give it a 10 out of 10. I like these games. They're fun. You know, it's just nice to play a simple game. You know, it doesn't have to be some crazy RPG, some crazy stories, some crazy open world. You know, a lot. I feel like Nintendo over the years has just gotten really invested into open worlds. You know, for Breath of the Wild, then Odyssey, then Tears of the Kingdom, then Bonanza. Although Bonanza and Odyssey, I feel like are quite packed, but I feel like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, they're open, but I feel like it's open to the point where if you're not sure what to do, then you genuinely have to go out and look for a direction. You know, it's not like Bonanza or Odyssey where you have a main goal in mind. Yes, you have, you know, obviously defeat Ganon or Ganondorf, but I feel like the other games, you know, sort of promote completing it a little more. This is just, you know, simple, you know, get the key, get the toys, you know, or find the toads. It's fun. 10 out of 10. Mega Man Zero ZX Collection, I give this like a 5 out of 10. It's fun, but I don't know if I just suck at Mega Man or what. But I just cannot get past like the first area or level from either of the games. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. All right, I look at the guides. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe it's the controls that I'm playing with. I don't know. Alrighty, I'm back. Metroid Dread. Got this as soon as it released in like November of 22. No, 21. It was a fun game. First Metroid game. It got me wanting to play more Metroid, if I'm being honest. The exploration, the sequence breaking that you could do. It's fun. Alright, getting all the upgrades. Absolutely owning the bosses when you're like really prepared. Over prepared in some cases. Getting all the endings. Alright. It's a fun game. I give this a 10 out of 10. All right, I need more Metroid. I need it to be like this, especially with the way that they follow you. Like, it's so eerie and high-kangingly scary because you're just going along. All right, you fought some enemies, some goop monsters. All right, but then just robots are following you. Run. Do not engage. All right. Metroid Prime Remastered. Give this a 9 out of 10. Why? Because you cannot save anywhere. Listen. I don't like when you can't just save in games, okay? Especially on a mobile console. Right? Yeah, it's home, it's mobile, it's hybrid. I don't care. I don't care if it's mobile or home or hybrid. You should get the ability to save wherever you want, okay? I was on a plane, then I lost some progress. That took away the point, okay? Because, and the fact that you can't really go back and collect what you missed, low genuinely bothered me, but that's besides the point. It's a fun game. Bring in, this. I got this after Dread. Of course, I got this, I think when it released. It's a fun game to play. I like playing Metroid in 3D, especially in first person. Feels like I'm the one exploring a new planet. But let me say what I want to. Nintendo, okay? Of course, getting the upgrades, beating the bosses, you know, prepared, over prepared. It's fun. Just let me save when I want to. Okay, when I need to. Right, you think I can tell my parents I'm not coming to dinner? All right. I know you're feeding me, but I'm not coming because I can't save. Let me just do that, bro. Or sometimes I just got, you just gotta do something. You can't just pause. Let me get that extra security. Let me pick off. Maybe I'm tired. Then we got Minecraft. All right. 11 out of 10. What more do I need to say? It's Bedrock Edition. I like both. Okay. I like the Mario skins. I also like the new cover that they did for the new Switch copies. It's very fun and playful. But, I got the original one, And it's fun, I hope I still have my world here. I need to play my game to see. But, maybe I'll turn the light on, actually. But, I certainly like playing it. I had a nice, beautiful world. And I got other games. I started playing them. But, despite that, Minecraft is Minecraft, and it's all of it is on here. And it's fun. You're getting the latest updated version of Minecraft Bedrock, and you can take it anywhere. It's good. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I loved you on Wii U. I love you even more on Switch. Wait, that sounded like hold on. I like this game on Wii U, but I like it on Switch even more. But I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Because, yes, you get Toadette. You can play as like any character, I think. Like you don't just have player 1 is not limited to just Mario. But can we just talk about how the spin button, instead of being a trigger or just spinning the Joy-Con, I think you can do that too, but it's also been put to the jump button. I don't like that. Sometimes I just want to jump, then it's spinning. Sometimes I don't want to spin. when I'm falling midair, but I do. In fact, you gotta go through a cheat code to turn it on. Take that away. Don't do that again. Release a new Super Mario Bros. Collection, Nintendo. But I don't want to see that again. All right, I don't want to see that again. Then we got Nickelodeon kart races. Kind of like Garfield Kart, you know. I enjoyed playing as Nickelodeon characters. And this has sequels too. So, you know it's good. But also, putting this as its own standalone game, kind of with Garfield Kart. The gimmicks, the tracks, the characters. Makes for a fun experience, whether you're just playing solo or playing with other people, you know. I give this an 8 out of 10. Nintendo Switch Sports, young sis got this for me. Powerhouse. Playing against the powerhouses is an absolute blast. Whether it be in volleyball, whether it be in tennis, or like I forget what the sword game is, like fencing almost. It's fun. Alright. I like Nintendo Switch Sports. Okay. I liked Wii Sports. I loved Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. And this is a good continuation. Do I like the fact that they made these guys instead of me's? Not really. Am I gonna hate them? No. Not bad. You still play as your me's. But why not just keep with the me's, you know? But, you know, it's a fun game. They had a soccer. Bowling is fun too. Golf especially was fun. I gotta give this a 10 out of 10. Thanks, sis. You know. Oh yeah, she also got me Sparking Zero. Forgot to. Which I think is. I gotta give credit where it's due. You know. And a big credit to my parents as well, because yes, I bought a lot of my games, but they bought a lot of them as well. You know, I feel like this always goes unsaid, but thank you to my parents, you know, because, you know, they're the ones, you know, that got me the games, you know. Well, not all of them, you know. I got this one, they got this one, but, you know, they raised me well, you know. And I feel like a lot of people are just, I don't want to say embarrassed, but they don't want to, you know, give credit to their parents. They want to think, oh, I made it all on my own, bro. I ain't need no help. I ain't even need to gouge off my parents or like mooch off my parents, you know. You know, it's not like I'm taking advantage of them, but, you know, I feel like you know, people treat you well on how you behave with them, you know. And I don't think it's wrong for people to give you stuff, you know. It's not wrong for you to give stuff, you know. I give gifts. It's okay for me to receive gifts as well, at least in my opinion. You know, this doesn't mean like being spoiled. Work hard, especially if you see the shoe collection. Right then. Alright. A lot went to the shoe collection. Alright. Especially because, you know, I always look for deals. But even still, I appreciate everyone's hard work and the gifts. I'm grateful, and I hope y'all are grateful with the gifts I get you too. But, you know, I'm not ashamed to, you know, receive gifts and to give kudos and shout outs and thank yous and appreciation to, you know, the people that got me here today, you know, especially my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. You know, I'm very devoted to the Lord. And, you know, without Him, you know, none of this, you know, there wouldn't be anything, you know. Obviously, like this, you know, it essentially is vanity, because I'm not going to take this when I go to heaven. You know, I'm going to die, and, you know, this is either just going to be destroyed in Christ's second coming, or before that, well, it will, but before that, you know, it'll just either sit there, or maybe it'll go someone who appreciates it. Maybe it won't, you know. Lord willing, I have kids, you know. I don't know how they're, you know. Eventually, I'm gonna die, you know. Like, eventually, you know, go to heaven. But I don't know if my children will appreciate the games as much as I do. Hopefully they do. All right. But I feel like first and foremost we gotta put ourselves with the Lord, because ultimately our treasure is with Him and in heaven. Yes, I appreciate it and I take care of my stuff. I feel like everyone always bothers me because they're like, your stuff is brand new, you barely use it. I use it a lot, but I just take really good care of it because I know the hard work that goes into either me getting it or someone else, giving it to me. I appreciate, all the stuff, and I want to take care of it, especially because, as a little kid, I didn't have, obviously I didn't have a job, but, with the little that my parents had, they still, got me stuff. And, I appreciate it, and out of appreciation, I take care of it. A bunch of other kids, especially at the age I was like 4 or 5, they didn't take care of anything. They broke their DSs, they broke their cars, they destroyed their Legos. I wasn't that kind of kid. I wasn't spoiled by any means, but I really appreciated the stuff that I did get. Anywho, is my case broken? Anywho, One Piece Odyssey. Gonna give it a 0 out of 10. Alright. I'm kidding. But it really made me mad because I was fighting Bon Clay. Alright. Awesome character. 10 out of 10 character. It's a terrible boss fight. Alright. And when I say terrible, I mean in terms of difficulty. It was hard. It took me like 45 minutes to beat Bon Clay. And I beat him. And then my game crashed. So that's why I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because it is a fun game. It's got fun gimmicks, but I am not willing to beat Bon Clay again because I did go back in, and Bon Clay, it took me to before I beat Bon Clay, and I was so mad that I never touched the game since, and I got this like this summer because dog, I am not going through that boss fight. It took me so hard to do the exact moves that I needed to beat him, and I gotta do it again. You crazy. Crazy. Ori the Collection, Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Probably the best games that I've ever played. This is an incredible platform, alright? Difficulty is pretty good, alright? It's not like it has a crazy spike, but it certainly gets much more difficult towards the end. But you unlock new abilities. Alright, I gotta be honest, I do like the Blind Forest a bit more because of your little companion. I feel like I felt very, very alone while playing the Will of the Wisps. I mix the times sometimes. Obviously, I had a beautiful story, getting back your friend, especially, going against, such a damaged antagonist that we saw, in the new area that we were exploring. It's a beautiful story for both games. I gotta be honest, it's like an 11 out of 10. Each game, and the collection as well. It's because the gameplay and the platforming is so fluid. The storytelling, the atmosphere, the art style, the way that it runs, it's peak. It's peak. It's peak. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, there's so much Sega after these. Paper Mario the Origami King. I got this summer of 22. It's a fun game. I beat it. Story mode was fun. It introduced new characters. Alright, I like the little bomb guy. You didn't have to go like that, man. And it was a fun game. Right? It took so many games and we didn't think, yeah, let's do Origami. But it's a fun game. Great new characters. Again, I was like 100%ing it. I don't know if it didn't like save or if it just like didn't register everything that I did. I sound like an old head saying that, but like I feel like something happened and all my hard work for like an hour and a half went to waste. So I didn't complete it, but I did finish it. Alright, so this is when my completionist was like, I don't know. All right, am I even having that much fun anymore? All right, that's like a big question that you gotta ask yourself as a player. Do you want to beat it or do you want to complete it? If you're just wanting to have time, want to have a good time, you know, beat it. But I feel like a lot of games, you have an even better time if you complete it, especially with Mario games, because the more you get, the more levels you unlock. You get World 9, you get challenge levels, in my opinion. All right. The Origami King, I don't think there was anything new to be added in the first place, so I think I'm okay, but as a completionist, I wanted to get everything, but, Bowser was like, oh, no, so that's okay. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's because I like fighting like scissors and staplers. I think a hole punch as well. But the whole like spinning the dial, it took some getting used to. It's not bad, but it took some getting used to. Then the 1,000-Year Door. This is 11 out of 10 game. Incredible story. And all the characters that you unlock, all the companions they had. The fact they get companions, like, this is the second Paper Mario game. I played that one, then I played this one. It's a great game. I played this last year, like December and January of 24 and 25. It's a great game. All right. I love the companions that you unlock as the story progresses. It's got a beautiful ending. All right. It was fun going chapter to chapter, getting all the stars. All right. Unlocking the door, seeing what's behind. All right. It's a fun game. And the challenge as well, to go down to all the levels, I liked it. It was fun. I did it. It's pretty good. Got this in summer last year. Peppa Pig World Adventures. This gets like a 3 out of 10. All right. First of all, I don't really like Peppa Pig. Terrible example for children. All right. Turns children very weird. Okay. Just because. Okay. My parents are being silly. Well, my whole family. And I started that joke too. But I feel like Peppa Pig just makes kids very rude, I feel like the way that the kids act towards the parents is so bad. I'm like, you seriously want your children to end up like this? Like, I grew up watching SpongeBob. Yes, my parents say that SpongeBob was goofy. And yes, like, it was incredibly silly. But it never, like, made me into a bad child. In fact, taught me how to spell the number 8 because of one of the episode titles. All right. Shout out to you, SpongeBoy Me Bob. I just, despite my, like, bias against Peppa Pig, like, I went into this without it. I just cannot sit through, like, a baby game. All right. Maybe if you're, like, a toddler, you'd like it, Maybe I should put this in front of my sister. But for me, nah, man, I don't know. Excuse me. Persona 5 Strikers. It's a fun game. It's a beat 'em up game. All right. I like it. All right. You get cool abilities, I like the character, Interesting story, Adds on to Persona 5. Never played Persona 5. But it's a fun game. All right. You get to meet the cast, especially on the Nintendo Switch. This was before Persona 5 was on Switch. It's a great game. All right. It's a nice beat 'em up game with, likable characters. Give it an 8 out of 10. All right. Now, Persona 5 Tactica. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Would be a 10 out of 10. Even an 11 out of 10. But I feel like the story just dragged on and on sometimes. I finished one room, then we went to another. Okay. Then another. Then another. I think there was another one too. It's like, do we really need to do all this? All right. Like, I like the game, but we do not need to, like, rinse and repeat the same thing again. It was kind of like the filler that they had in The Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya was the anime movie's name. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. When they were reliving the same day, that only happened like once or twice in the actual story. But in the anime, they added like 6 episodes of filler. So I was like, gosh, how long? I'm gonna keep doing this. So I look up a filler guy. Lo and behold, it was all filler. Not saying it's filler, but we don't need to repeat the same thing to pack it with more content. Even if it had less content, I'd have still loved it. All right. Now, same with Kingdom Battle, Mario Rabbids. Love the RPG aspect of this. A turn-based gameplay, especially the challenges that you can do to unlock more stuff. It's fun. Pokemon Legends Arceus. I believe like the first Pokemon game I played. I feel like I've played like others like that I had like on DS or Game Boy, but like that I'm actually consciously remembering. Arceus is the first one I played. It was okay. Alright. Growing up Hispanic, alright, I remember like a lot of my relatives would say that Pokemon was demonic. Alright, they like I even had like the Pikachu and the Lucario amiibo. Yeah, it is Lucario. And I had it like we had like a little den, and that's where I kept my amiibo. And I remember like our little cousins came over, they were like, Kevin, these things are demonic, you know. Do you want me to throw them away? I was like, no. What? You first, I guess I understand, but to corrupt the kid's mind, to think Pokemon's demonic, Pokemon is not demonic. But they say it's demonic because it's trash, okay? At least I didn't like Arceus too much. It was fun, go in an open world, collecting different Pokemon, just stumbling upon battles. But I don't know too much. I feel like this game did not run very well or look very well, so it didn't add at least like a pretty appeal. I gotta give it like a 6 out of 10. It was fun, it was entertaining, but you know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it tried to do something, but you know, it's not Pokemon's thing. All right, again, Nintendo going open world. I'm okay having a closed world, you know. I'm okay with a linear story. It's not necessarily about the idea, it's about the execution of the idea. Oh, this was March, April of 22. Project High Rise. This was a summer 2021 game. Architect, it was fun, you know, just something fun, and you know, just spend some time and you know building stuff. You know, nothing crazy. Like obviously no story mode. You know, just sort of go in and build stuff. You know, you unlock more stuff. You know, it's fun. I wanted to be an architect as a kid, especially playing with a lot of Legos. I ain't going to architect school. All right, I say that when it's you know obviously the same university. You know, just different program. I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm okay not being an architect. Right? But I do know how to read plans. All right. I don't know how to put them together, but I know how to read them. Puyo Puyo Tetris. Another game I got like summer, like May 2021. It's a fun game. Never played Puyo Puyo, so it was a real fun introduction. Especially mixing it with Tetris. Story mode was pretty fun. I don't know, I like cracking my thumb like that. I like it, you know, it's a fun thing. Especially, you know, just seeing how high you can score, you know. Oh, Project High Rise, I'd give an 8 out of 10, you know, it's a solid way to pass the time. And Puyo Puyo Tetris gets a 10 out of 10. It's Puyo Puyo Tetris, you know, it's a fun thing. Ring Fit Adventure, got this Christmas of 2019. It's a really good game. You know, this is not for resale version. Do they have like a normal standard version? I wonder. But this is a fun game to play. And it like low-key has you build up a sweat and introduces some really good exercises that like genuinely work you out. Oh my goodness. Ah man, I should have been counting. I'll count at the end. Sonic Colors Ultimate. Sonic Colors is a beautiful game. Sonic Colors Ultimate is not because it crashed so much. Like, it looks great. It's got fun levels. But for some reason, it just did not run well. Like, it just kept crashing, and that really bothered me. Like, I didn't lose any progress, thankfully. Thank God I didn't lose any of my time. It didn't rub me the wrong way. But it still bothered me that it would just randomly crash at times or just glitch out. Despite that, I will give it like a 7 out of 10 because it is still Sonic Colors. It adds a new wisp, and it's a fun game regardless. All right, I believe they did put out a patch. I got it when this came out, the pre-order version. So I didn't get to. I was done with it by the time it came out. But it was still a fun game. Sonic Colors is a great game with great level design, boss design, controls, gameplay. Just Ultimate really botched the adaptation into like the remaster, I should say, and the way that it ran on console. I don't know why it was so hard for them to do that, especially later on when they did Generations. I guess they learned from their mistakes. Sonic Forces, I'm giving this like I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It didn't do anything crazy, but it was a fun game regardless. It was still Sonic, and it wasn't bad. All right, and it wasn't neutral. It was good. A lot of people were like, oh, it was okay. I like to think that it was better than okay because I feel like it controlled well. It's a little too short. Also, I don't know what was going on like in the 6 months that like Eggman was like torturing Sonic on his freaking spaceship. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But regardless of that, I liked it. It was a fun game. Got the DLC. It was free. Play as Shadow, and it was fun. Okay. Designing your own character was pretty fun, especially for the Sonic fans who are into making their own OCs. Now, Sonic Frontiers. I got an S rank on 1-2. It took me a long time. I had no idea that it was like the most difficult level to S rank in, and I got an S rank in it. I'm just saying. But it's a fun thing. Now Sega's doing open worlds. Everyone's doing open worlds now. But it was fun, I like the little challenges that they had running around. And also like the little levels that they had were fun, getting the Chaos Emeralds, each island was fun too. It gave you not a sense, but a purpose to explore. I give this a 9 out of 10. The popping was not fun. All right, that wasn't popping. Sonic Originals, Origins Plus, 10 out of 10. All right, get new characters. All right, you get some Game Gear titles. And you get, Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, and CD. It's a great game. Okay, it controls well, it runs well. All right, I mean, how could they not run well? But they're good games. It's where Sonic began, and I think this is a very good, like repackaging of that. It gets a 10 out of 10. It lets you play where it all started, and I think it's great. I'd really like more of 2D Sonic, in 16-bit, and with Mania, I gotta give it an 11 out of 10 because it's everything these games did, and it does it, and it surpasses it. It adds. There's no Amy Rose in here, but you get Sonic, Tails, you get Knuckles, you even get other characters in Mania Plus. Still need to get that. But despite that, this is a fun game. I really like Mania. I feel like this is the first Sonic game that I played despite. I feel like I played some on mobile or on my DS, but in terms of like 16-bit Sonic, I feel it was like one of the first ones that I've ever played. It was great, continuing the original, like I want to say like storyline, but classic Sonic was fun, and I like it. I don't know what else to say. It was fun. The time meter was fun. The fact that it connected it to Forces, and the Forces connected to Mania. I like that. introducing some sort of continuity between the games, between the characters. A lot of people hate on it, but I think it was pretty good. Sonic Superstar. I give this an 8 out of 10. That final boss was so hard, dog. And then playing as a new character was fun as well, Not only can you play as the main four, but they introduce a new character, play as him. And I like it, it has some interesting transformations. You start off as a villain, kind of like Knuckles, kind of taking advantage of it, but then eventually you free it, and then, it becomes part of the team, I like this game, but I just would have liked if they kept up the Mania and the Origins art style. At least in my opinion. Sonic Shadow Generations. This gets an 11 out of 10. It brought me back to my childhood. It made me feel like I was a kid again. Alright. Not only was Sonic Generations incredibly well done in this port, remaster, but the Shadow Generations aspect of it was incredible. Alright. Despite Shadow's limited appearances in games that he had a big role in, the fact that they even put 06 in here, even I'm blanking on his name, but you know his name, Mephiles. There we are. I think it was a great inclusion. Not ashamed of your history. It might have not been the best, but you can't be ashamed of it. And I think that this game really reflects on it very well. I really like Sonic Shadow Generations. It's a very fun game. Incredible controls, incredible gameplay, beautiful art style. 11 out of 10. Splatoon 3. I did not play Splatoon 2. I don't even have it, obviously. Play Splatoon 1. 11 out of 10. Beautiful game. Splatoon 3, I feel like I fell behind on Splatoon, if I'm being honest. Alright. But despite that, all the new additions, the new weapons, new game modes that they've added. Oh, I guess new modes within ranked. I like it, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's fun. So much Splatoon. And this has so much DLC. It's crazy, You think that, they would have just made another new game since they did that instead of adding DLC to 2, but no. And the story mode is pretty fun too, always developing more into the origins of the Splatoon mode, and I really like that. The Bear, Civ Bear. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. This was spring of 24. This was a fun game. Alright, it's a nice trilogy. Kind of like Crash Insane Trilogy. This is a great trilogy too. Alright, I give it a 10 out of 10. Alright, it adapts to Spyro games nicely. Updates them nicely. And it's just a fun game regardless of adaptation wise. Playing through 1, playing through 2, playing through 3. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was great. I guess this game would go here. Solar SquarePants, Patrick Star game, just showing it off. Can't give a rating because I have not played it yet. We're almost done. I've been recording for an hour and 22 minutes. You know what? I brought all of them. I'll do the Wii U, Wii, 3DS, and DS in a different video just because, I don't know, I don't feel like doing it all right now, Who's gonna stop me? Alright. I guess I gotta put it all here. Stray. Oh my goodness. Yes, I took this off the wrapper and I put it on. My girl got me this game. She has cats. I have a dog. As a dog person, this is an awesome game. Phenomenal game. Okay. Never did I imagine it'd be so fun playing as a cat in a sort of post-apocalyptic world. The story is beautiful. The ending, he gets to reunite with his friends. And the fact that your little companion is still alive at the end of it, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I love the game. It runs incredibly and it looks incredible on Switch too. Alright. Alrighty, I've returned. It's not in trouble. They just want to know what I wanted for dinner. Alright. Beautiful family. I'm not bringing all of them. Super Bomberman R. I got this, Mania, and Lego Worlds the same day. Each was $20. What a deal. And at Target, you will not see that today. Alright. I do not have the the different version. This is like the remastered cover. I hope y'all can still hear me, but this is a great game. All right, it's fun. You know, it brings me back to the arcade type of games. I certainly like it. You know, I like the arcadey type of games. You know, because you know, again, growing up in the 2000s, you know, I feel like you just had such a variety of ways to play. Home consoles, mobile consoles, and what's it called? Arcades. Is I don't know why I blanked, but arcades, and then you had mobile games. You know, Talking Tom. All right, Talking Ben. Subway Surfers, of course. You know, Cut the Rope. Cut the Rope is still going strong. So is Angry Birds. All right. First controversial game. Sound the alarms. Burp, burp, burp. Super Mario 3D All Stars. And a lot of people had an incentive for this game because they made a limited release. Thank God I got this when it came out. And I played all of them. Dog is peak. Alright, it's peak. Okay, now, putting these games in order. Okay, first of all, 11 out of 10. Alright, people hate on, you know, the menu or the way that, you know, they executed it. The soundtracks are, like, integrated there. Okay. You didn't realize you're getting such great soundtracks. You didn't realize you're getting such great games, alright? We're like, oh, who takes your Switch out, like, as a music thing? I feel like if you're just playing or, like, you take this on a trip and you just want to vibe, you know, you want to chill, you know, close the window while you're playing, you know, listen to Space Junk Galaxy. Let me do that, okay? 64, I did not like how they did not, like, upgrade this game anyway. They, like, did some UI tweaks, but besides that, there's, like, nothing that they did with 64, and it high-genuinely bothered me. I wasn't expecting some crazy HD remaster here, and it'd be the 64 DS version of the game, but at least make it widescreen, you know? I'm saying, okay? The fact that they added it to online rubs me the wrong way, because, you know, I got the game, you know, and now it's just there for a monthly price. I don't know, but I have it physical, so it's mine forever. They got Sunshine, incredible game. All right, a lot of people hate on it. I personally love the tropical vibe. All right, most of my, you know, child vacations were to the beach, so, you know, I obviously felt sort of connection to it, and so did the developers when making the game. I feel like Flood is just a very good companion to have, you know, throughout the game, and the story was pretty fun too. You know, it was, you know, I believe the introduction of Bowser Jr., you know, him using tools from EGAD was kind of crazy. All right, he's a neutral party, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I just liked, you know, the tropical vibe. You know, the difficulty here is, it varies, you know. Sometimes it's like fairly easy, but other times you get some crazy levels, or some crazy challenges where, you know, you either don't have flood or, you know, and there's just lava everywhere. But either way, it's a great game. All of these are great games. And then Galaxy, that ending, man. Why did y'all have to do it? If that's how the movie ends, the whole room gonna be in tears. But it's big. All right, the gameplay, story, level design, boss design for each of these, absolute peak. All right. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. All right, already the game on Wii U. Adding the roll and making them faster was awesome. All right, I feel like making them faster is especially good for a remaster because, you know, a lot of people have played the original. So playing the remaster, you know, it adds, you know, it's making it faster just makes it, you know, a little bit more fun to control. I like to say, and the roll is a great move. So that certainly saved me a lot of times that I could have used in the Wii U version. Bowser's Fury is an incredible open world experience. It's very small and contained, but with what it does with its size is incredible. All right, especially the whole like trope of Bowser Jr. teaming up with Mario, you know, try and help his dad. You know, it's sweet, you know. And Mario going Super Saiyan was also cool. Now, Super Mario. Oh, 11 out of 10. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, 11 out of 10. I'm waiting on the Switch 2 edition. Not sure if I'll get the upgrade or if I'll buy another copy. I don't know. But the creativity that this brought to the Mario franchise was not only incredibly welcome, but it was fantastic. It was wonderful. All right, the new power ups, the elephant power up, the bubble flower, incredible. All right, the drill power up, also awesome. Also, just like all the different like things that you would transform as, with the different ways that the environment would change with the Wonder Seeds was incredible. And the challenge levels were really good too. Even the final challenge, where you used all the badges, was awesome. All right, it genuinely was a good test of your skills. Galaxy 1 and 2. All right, obviously, physical guy right here. All right, but I have not played Galaxy 1 yet. I'm waiting on the amiibo so I can play with that on the Switch 2 in 4K. But Galaxy 2, played it on my OLED. Well, played it, at home on the TV. Incredible game. All right, I had it on my Wii. I never finished it. I 100%ed it. All right. Picked the raw galaxies, got all the stars, got all the green stars. Mario, Luigi. And then that last level, man. Boy, did it feel good finishing this. It was just an incredible experience, right? The addition of Yoshi. All right, the change of pace, I feel like was very good because they don't really do these types of sequels for Mario games. Yeah, they have Mario Bros. 1, New Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, Wii U, Luigi U, and then U Deluxe, which is just a port of Wii U and Luigi U. But the fact that this took the story in a different direction, and the open world in a different direction, like the hub world, I should say, I love it. Because obviously the story is better in Galaxy, but the fact that you can just jump right in and get straight to the insanely creative new levels that they had, like I thought they were already here, but they weren't done. I loved it. All right, the gameplay is certainly improved upon in Galaxy 2. Level design, the vibe, all the powers. Even Yoshi got powers, man. It's incredible. 11 out of 10. Super Mario Maker 2. 10 out of 10. All right. They added 3D World. It's pretty good. All right. The fact that you could make your own worlds and share it, I think is incredible because a lot of people made up their own contained Mario games within it. Within a game, it's crazy. The fact that you can just explore your creativity is awesome in here. Didn't miss all the amiibo costumes that you could get from Maker 1. Same thing with the weird mushroom. Or is it in this game? I cannot remember. But despite that, it's a fun story mode. Fun challenges that you can do. And then you can just play almost infinite 2D Mario in whatever game style you want. From Super Mario Bros. To 3 to World to U, and then 3D World. It's a 10 out of 10. Make your own, play them, challenge. Other people locally, like your siblings or your friends around you to play what you just made, or just go online, beat those terribly hard levels that only low curves can beat. Super Mario Odyssey, as you can tell, the big one with the booklet. Incredible game. Here we go, off the rails. Here we go, off the rails. But it's time to raise ourselves. It's freedom like you never knew. So jump out in the air. Bro, it's the first game I got on Switch. Awesome game. Alright, even after all this time, I still look back on this game fondly because it's just a wonderful experience. The fact that Mario's Cap came to life, not literally, but it's the concept of the game. Take over different enemies, alright? dinosaur, the costumes that you could get. Mario's like Levi's are looking crazy here. This is an incredible game. The open world, all the different kingdoms that you could explore, throwbacks that I had, especially in the Mushroom Kingdom. 11 out of 10, man. It was an incredible experience, incredible journey they had, and the soundtrack. Super Mario Party, Jamboree, incredibly fun game. All right, just playing this, with your loved ones, or even playing it alone online. I did that a little bit, I just needed to unlock some boards, but even playing it solo, I still found it enjoyable. The maps are good, the mini games are incredible, the characters, it's a great selection of characters. Who was Monty Mole? I have no idea, but it's great, and it came with a 3-month membership, so that's peak. Super Mario RPG. My sister got me for graduation, so I played this in June of 2024. It's an incredible game. All right, much needed game on Switch. All right, 11 out of 10. All right, the story is absolutely fun. All right, the characters are fun, their abilities are fun. All right, again, I never imagined I'd like the turn-based gaming, but it's awesome, and I like it. I like it. It's great. All right, 7 stars. All right, it's incredibly fun going throughout that game. They were very creative with it, and I like it. Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble. Is this really the only Monkey Ball game I have? I could have sworn I have more than one. I had this in June of 25, just last year. It's very fun, The multiplayer is pretty fun, it's a little hectic if you have it so you can crash into each other. But if not, and you can even progress through your main solo story mode. If you guys get ahead enough in the multiplayer, which I like, it's pretty fun. You can unlock different characters. They have different stats that change the way you play. Challenges are good. Trying to beat it faster is always fun. Get all the bananas. Get the golden banana. All right, it's fun. I give it a 9 out of 10. Smash Ultimate, 11 out of 10. Right, everyone is here. Still need Waluigi, Sakurai. Still need Waluigi, but it's an incredibly fun game. I almost forgot to show. Also, Sora is my main. All right, a lot of people always hate on Sora. I love playing as Sora. Right, he's an awesome guy to play as. Booster Pass, insane addition to 8 Deluxe. It's like almost adding a whole nother game. And then of course the Fighters Passes. All right, for Smash Ultimate. Getting all the characters, and all the courses. Certainly well made additions. So it already felt like complete games. All right, and just look at this cover art, dog. That's tough. All right, Road of Light is fun. And then just duking it out online, doing tournaments. It's awesome. Breath of the Wild, 10 out of 10. All right, it's an incredibly fun game. And I got the expansion. The trials were fun. All right. Story was awesome. Just being put alone. You don't feel lonely, but you're alone in this world. You just gotta save the world. It's good. It's fun. It's an open world. Nintendo's big magnum opus of open worlds. Truly, you can go in whatever direction you want. All right, it don't matter. I love it. The different weapons you can get. Obviously, yeah, the Master Sword is the best. Finding a guardian for the first time is always terrifying. Then we have Echoes of Wisdom. Never did it occur to me that we've never played a Zelda in a mainline, Zelda game. Incredibly fun. All right. The fact that you're saving Link this time. Right. The fact that it's a new enemy that's not Ganon. It's awesome. I didn't even try. It's an incredible companion that you get along the way. And you know, his dialogue is just always funny. And exploring Hyrule with the new abilities that you have is awesome. It's fun. I like it. Link's Awakening. Oh, both of these 10s out of 10s. Same thing with Breath of the Wild. This is a very nice and contained Zelda game. Yes, it is all a dream, but for some reason it doesn't bother me. The way that this game played and the pressure that it kind of puts on you, where you're like, dang. At least story-wise, you know, like, dang, if you wake up, you know, this whole world, all these people is gone, you know, it's not real. Just some magic fish that's doing all this, but despite that, you know, this magic fish made a really fun game, and the fact that you can really, like, design your own dungeons was pretty fun. Skyward Sword HD. Alright, this also a 10 out of 10. You know, a lot of people hate on this linearity. I had to go back. I like it, you know. I thought it was a fun game. You know, I feel like Skyward Sword is a very good game, not just because that's where, you know, it all started. I feel like fighting against Demise was a nice change. And, you know, the whole premise just leading on to the different games. You know, and that's where it all started. I like it, you know. I like that this is where it all started, and it shows that off. It's good. You know, I like the story. I either like when it has great gameplay, great story, and I feel like a lot of these games that I put 11 out of 10s have both of them. Obviously, this is a 10 out of 10. Because, you know, it's still a 10 out of 10, you know, and it's awesome. I really like how Skyward Sword plays, and you don't have to play with motion controls, which certainly adds to, you know, a more comfortable play style for more people. You know, of course I played without motion controls, and just riding the Loftwing is fun. Just cruising around, Skyloft. Tears of the Kingdom, 10 out of 10. Alright. I got this when it came out in like May of 23. I finished this, I want to say, I finished this in April of 25. It took me like 2 years to finish. Played a bunch of games in between, of course. I got all the Koroks. I think I did all the like side quests. I'm not the type to upgrade all the armor, right? That's too much. Once it gets to like all the grinding, I'm not doing all that, bro. But despite that, it's a great game. Certainly well worth the $70. Okay. And you know, the fact that it built off the Breath of the Wild Hyrule, and it didn't feel like I was playing the same game, it was awesome. Lego Movie 2 video game. It was okay. I'm not a big fan of how they've changed Lego games. I remember when I played the original one, you know, I feel like every character had its own unique purpose, but now I feel like almost every character does the same thing. Like I remember the female characters, you know, they were like more acrobatic, you know, but not any of them can do it, you know. It doesn't give me, you know, some sort of incentive to play as different characters. I don't know. I feel like there's no real incentive to play as different characters in this game as there were in not just the original game, but in other Lego games before it. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It runs okay. Finally, Yoshi's Crafted World. I give it a 9 out of 10. Did not complete it. For some reason, Yoshi games are horrifyingly difficult. But despite that, I had a lot of fun. Right? The art style was great. Alright, I even got at least like within arm's reach little yarn Yoshis. Alright, I need the blue one, I need the big one. But this is not Woolly World, this is Crafted World. It's still fun, right? The whole arts and crafts aesthetic is pretty good, you know. And it makes it feel like, you know, someone is just designing this with stuff that they found around the house. Great game. 9 out of 10. And that is my entire Switch games collection. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83 Nintendo Switch games. I mean 84 if you want to count this one. I am blessed. Thank God. Bless God. Glory be to God. Hallelujah. Blessed is our glorious God that I can have all this. And I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly did. And, you know, I'll see you all in the next video. Hope you all enjoyed this video. An hour and 44 minutes long. Have a great day. Great New Year. Hopefully I get more games this year. You know, God bless y'all.